afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for February 22nd, 2021, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Look around you today and see what an amazing life you've created. Oftentimes we can get twisted and misdirected emotionally. Many things can play through the ego mind, which then dictates to the heart mind, and we get upset and we get twisted and turned in different directions. And it is all because of us. It is because of nothing else. It's all because of how we view, see, and what our perception, what we perceive, and how that's calculated with us. We are literally moving energy into form, creating everything into reality, manifesting everything around us with every thought that we choose to believe is true. And this is the stickler, because what happens is that we get lost in the emotionality of things. And we don't realize that we are feeding ourselves the very emotional energies that we are experiencing. So it could be an outside catalyst, but still we kind of lose that direction. And we are incredible magicians, and yet we remember our jobs as to enjoy our creation and stop all of our complaining about it. We see how powerful, magical, and amazing we truly are for manifesting everything that we see. And be the enlightened creator of this life, and accept that your life is unfolding perfectly. And that's a challenge for many. And we get lost and we get swept up in certain emotionalities and things, and we don't realize how much we can really pick ourselves up into all kinds of discrepancies and all kinds of things. And we don't realize it, so we just get swept up in it. But we're the magicians. We're the ones that are creating everything. Does it matter, what the external circumstances are, how we become emotionally, irritated, upset, distraught. We literally configure this for ourselves. And a lot of times we don't know it because we get caught up in so much emotionality rather than stepping out of it and saying, wait a minute. There's no reason for myself to become irritated, upset, distraught. Let's take a look at things and see what is the root that's caused me to become irritated, upset, whatever. And I see a lot, and I don't think any of us are exempt from it because we all experience it. And at times, if we were only to just say, wait a minute, let's just step outside of this and see what we're viewing here. Why am I, responding this way? How come I'm getting irritated this way? Why am I feeling distraught? And what is it? What's the catalyst? What's caused this? What's causing it? But a lot of us can't. We just don't bring ourselves to that. It's just a different ballgame. And choosing, it's always about us choosing, whether consciously or unconsciously. We live life as if everything is rigged in our favor. That's a good quote from Rumi. Live life as if everything is rigged in our favor. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow line, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds, in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. It's a good statement by Mark Twain. Samuel Clemens. You ask yourself, we all ask ourselves, really, how are you doing so far with your New Year's resolutions? Have you made any progress or followed through with any of them? It's not too late. Now is the perfect time to expand your horizon of what's possible. And today, you can open up and upgrade your energy, improve your health, and enhance your clarity of focus and make empowering changes in your life. There's all kinds of decisions that we can make for ourselves. Think about it. Would you rather remain in the same old pattern, repeating a dead yet comfortable habit that doesn't bring you joy, or would you rather break free and step into some risky, unknown territory where a brand new experience of life can emerge? Open up to the feeling of completion with your past. Take the time to clean up anything that is incomplete or unfinished from the previous year, because this will give you more energy to create new things this year. Incompletions drain energy and distract your mind. You look inside and you see what is really bothering or haunting you. Some common incompletions are unsaid things that you want to communicate to a friend or family member, an unfinished project at home or at work, or perhaps you are not following through on a commitment that you made to yourself. It could be anything simple, such as cleaning out your cupboards, closets, or office drawers. Find out what you feel incomplete with and make it happen. You get in touch with what really, really, really matters to you. What do you really value in this life? What are you here? Why are you here on this planet? And a great way of exploring this is to imagine that you only have 3 months to be in that body. What would you want to experience during those 90 days? And another approach is to imagine that you are attending your own funeral. What do you want people to say about you? What do you want to be remembered for? Dig deep inside yourself and find out why you are here on this planet. Or if that's too big of a question, just ask yourself, why do you want to be here, and make that answer your life mission. Make a list of super fun, exciting goals. A sailboat cannot leave the California harbor and reach Hawaii until it pulls up its anchor and charts out its course to the island. If you don't have a destination, your boat will remain at the dock your entire life, or it'll drift aimlessly across the ocean unless you know exactly where you want to go. You can't discover paradise unless you know how to get there. So be smart. Create goals for every area of your life. In other words, directions. Not so much the goals, but the directions. Where do you want to be 1 year from now? Or are you in the now? Are you concentrating just in the now? And that do you give this to the universe that you know everything is in perfect order? In the old world, in this old world, we created goals. We kept creating goals, put pressures on ourselves, stresses and tensions and anxieties. We also beat ourselves up incessantly for thousands and thousands of years because we were directed and told this was the way you were supposed to be. This is how you were supposed to operate. Get your goals, put this down, put that down, do this, do that. And all along, most of the time, the goals were never met. And because we were attached and had expectations of those goals, we began to suffer. Now think about this, okay? How many times have you set goals, and because you didn't meet them, how did you feel? Did you feel upset, irritated, stressful, diminished, unaccomplished, embarrassed with yourself, others? You see what happens is that if in the event of discovery that within this body is divine perfection, the soul, divine perfection, which doesn't need improvement. So we're in these bodies, and again I go to the river, right? And you have two sets of people, actually three sets of people, right? You've got the ones that are fighting the current of life. They are struggling. These are the goals that people set. These are the commitments that they make, that they fighting that river against that current, grimacing, red face. See that, visualize, see that in your heart, minds, motion picture, where you see these people and their red beet faces and they're soaked and they've got the white water and it's splashing and they're banging into rocks and they're trying to get upstream. Okay? Then you have those who are going in the opposite direction with the current. They're using the energy of the current to take them effortlessly. And they have no doubt of where they may be going. It's like the bridge, okay? It's like the bridge over the river of void. And on the other side of that bridge is the unknown. And in the unknown are where all the possibilities are for any of us. Now, with the river, those who just get in the boat and let the current take them, they're not concerned to where they're going because they know wherever it is, it will be perfect. Then you have those that are standing on the riverbank and are doing neither. They are just standing there, not moving, not fighting the current, and not going downstream. They just stand there and stare and do nothing else. This gives you a real clear depiction and illustration, visual, of how we structure ourselves in those three elements. Those who stand on the shoreline, those of the river, those who are fighting the current, and those who are letting the current take them to wherever the destination may be. That's the adventure in this life. You see, and it's very connected, and I've seen people, contradict themselves on their teachings, where one minute they're this and saying this, and the next minute they totally contradict it in a whole different direction. And the understanding of this life that we're in is to have fun and to not have expectations or attachments. That breaks the grip and the hold of the ego mind. That's what that does. When you have really, truly no expectations or attachments, I mean truly do through your heart mind, and you have the confidence of the God that you are within that body, and you know darn well that wherever you go is going to be phenomenal. Whatever adventure that is presented to you that you have created, that the universe has answered you, is going to be phenomenal. But as you know this, you then understand that you don't get involved with the ego and the mind. You stand outside of them. And how do you do that? You still the mind. That's what you do. Focusing on the moment and the now stills the mind. And you relax your body. And think about this. How are you going to feel at ease and confident when your body is stressed? I have not seen that one pulled off yet. To genuinely be comfortable and relaxed and in the flow of the God that you are when your body's all stressed and, tension, and worry, and fear. And you can't be. And where does that stress, tension, worry, and fear come from? The suffering that we all experience, and we all do, all right, to certain degrees. Some very lightly, others more so, and others just astronomically so. The more we engage with the ego mind, the more expectations that we have out of this life, we will suffer. And we will continue to suffer. Whether it be poverty, whether it be too much of this or not enough of that. And it's all a material world. And isn't it interesting how this civilization has been taught that it's the opposite? When you let go and you literally ease into the God that you are, and we're not talking about ego mind, we're talking heart mind, and you're totally in the moment, then you disconnect yourself from the ego mind and you have no concerns. You really don't. Imagine that everybody on this planet were to simultaneously discover of who and what they were and are. That they knew that they were, that in that body is what they truly were, was the soul, the God, and that the body was temporary, and that they knew that they were indestructible and immortal. I mean, deeply understanding, not superficially, so that there was no doubt whatsoever, period. In fact, the word doubt was vanished. And so they knew that while they're in the body, that they are in the body to experience and create their experiences through the soul within the body, so that they can perfect their creations, so that they can have fun and enjoy the life and literally create the life that they desire. Do you think would happen? You know, how amazing would that be? All of us being in tune with ourselves and each other. No one, no ego but playing in there where, look at me and look what I am, look what I have, look who I am. That it's all gone. That's not even existing. We're not out to prove anything. Why do we see? That's the ego mind. We literally are goaded into proving something, either for ourselves or others. We're always out there trying to prove something. Prove who I am. I'm this, and I have this title, and I know this, and I know that. That's the ego mind. I've met a lot of people who claim to be gurus, but yet sometimes their egos are astronomical. And what is it that we need to have recognition? Why do you think that is? That in different shapes and forms we need recognition. We need to have others recognize us. Why is that? Because we haven't recognized ourselves. We haven't identified ourselves. So we're constantly seeking outside of ourselves for approval, for a nod, rather than going within and knowing we're everything that we'll ever be. And then what happens is that drops away. You're not really interested in being somebody because you already are. See, that's the irony to the twisted teachings of this planet. You already are somebody. And all that matters really is that you understand that through the heart mind. You're not to be seduced in the material world. And to be seduced, you have to prove to somebody, prove this or prove that. And the only thing that really, with any of us, is key is that we love ourselves deeply, period, with no obstacles, no doubts, deeply love ourselves. And that's why I always am saying and conveying and sharing the message, it's all about you. It isn't about anybody else. It is all about you. It is what you decide. It is what you create, manifest, move energy into form, bring it into reality. It is all about you. You lie out your life. You determine its direction, and you do. You do. But you don't have expectations or attachments because you know the outcome is always going to be phenomenal. You're not concerned about the end. You're only embracing the journey, not the end. The journey is where we have all the fun, is where we learn about ourselves. And the only thing what we're learning about is we're learning about these bodies and our character and personality that is generated with these bodies. That's it. Can you imagine with young ones, and they're set on the right path of understanding who and what they are from the beginning, that soul spends in that body? You imagine, and that's where this civilization is headed. Where we're not judging ourselves, and we're not judging others, and we're not critiquing. We're not hard on ourselves. We aren't damaging ourselves. We aren't beating ourselves up. We aren't ridiculing, chastising ourselves. We're gentle, we're kind, we're loving, we're generous, we're humble with ourselves. And the whole time we're in these bodies, we're discovering the God within us. It's all about you. It always has been. People say, well, that's selfish. All you care about is you. I care about me because if I don't care about me and I run off half-cocked and try to care about others, I'm going to make a mess of things. So first, I must understand me and love me and have an intimate relationship with the God within me before I can with anybody else. You see, that's why it's all about you. If we were just to take the time and move into ourselves to discover that, is that, that's why we have these relationships on this planet that are so fractured. And majority of the reason is that the relationships we have with ourselves are fractured. We carry anger with us. We drag it through our lives. Whether how we were raised and how we related to our parents, to our brothers and sisters and cousins, or to friends, anything. How we were raised, what we interacted with, what we experienced. And unfortunately, some of us will carry those really rough times with us all through life. And the anger comes out of us in different, and you can pick it up, and you can see with people how it comes out in different forms. This anger is relentless. It is the ego mind. It is not forgiving oneself. It's literally, instead of forgiving oneself, it's not forgiving oneself, and you carry that, and it bitters you, and it affects you greatly during your journey in that body. This is all about surrendering and cleaning the slate for yourselves so that you do love yourself, and you have no doubt about it, exactly as you are. Exactly as you are. Exactly as you are. It's all about you. And when you begin to understand what that means, it is you are your responsibility. No one else. See? You discover you as you are. The rough edges, the smooth edges, the in-between edges, and you don't judge. You embrace. And watch what happens to the external world that you've been chasing your whole life. Watch what happens to that. Watch how you transform. How things immediately start to shift, your perspectives, how you view things. How you begin to slow down and relax more. How you're not grabbing these thoughts incessantly of irritation and anger and stress and frustration and worry and fear. You imagine how many of us spend our lives mostly caught in the ego mind of worry, stress, and fear, of any different shapes and forms and different directions? Imagine, and then when you step outside of that and you realize, man, I've been living in this body, spending a lot of my time of worry, stress, and fear. Wow, that's just absolutely crazy. When you surrender, it means you're letting go of it. You're no longer running from it. You're no longer trying to ignore it. You turn, you literally walk into it, and your fear is gone. We're so attached to these bodies. That's where a lot of the fear comes from. See, we fear that we will be harmed. We fear that we'll lose the body. We're constantly gripped in all of this. And where do you think all of our energy and attention goes? And it's funny, isn't it? Because so many of us don't take on the responsibility of literally administering to our physical bodies and having an intimate relationship with our physical bodies. You can't. And it all begins with your decision to love you, to love the God within you. That's where it starts. That's where it begins. To love you deeply, and there's no doubt about it. There's no second guessing. It is complete surrender to yourself. You're surrendering to yourself and to the God within you. And it changes everything. It changes it all. And you'll find that your stress factor is greatly reduced. You'll find that your worry isn't there anymore. What is there really to worry about? When you think about it, through the heart-mind, it's all about you. You want richer and more enriching relationships? You desire that? It's all about you. First you, then others. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. When we practice relaxing our bodies naturally, organically, eventually it'll be autopilot. This is why we do this. This is why. So we end up becoming on autopilot, and the body stays in more relaxed state than it did in the stressful state. And by constantly going through this redundancy of relaxing the body in every meditation, you begin to start doing it throughout the day and throughout the evening and night. You do it in the morning. You're constantly reminding yourself to relax. It's not a haranguing. You're not bugging yourself. You're just making sure that you're introducing it so that you're constantly aware of it so that the ego mind can't intervene. So you relax the body from head to toe. And it is about surrendering. See, that's another thing. We do have a difficult time surrendering to ourselves. That's why we're stressed. That's why we bunch our shoulders. That's why our faces are tense. We don't know it until they finally relax and drop. And you'll feel it. And you'll feel this stress leave the body when you do relax the body. And you eliminate the stress. How do you do that? You let it go. You attracted it. You attached it. So you can let go of it. And so when the stress starts leaving you, you'll know it too, because all of that, you'll feel it in every part of your body. It's just, and I'm sure you've all experienced it kind of one way, shape, form, or another through this life so far. But then you do. You just begin to, it's a wonderful thing because it's your natural state of being. Stress isn't your natural state of being. Never has been. That's why it's so discomforting. That's why it's so destructive to the physical, the biological. So you let go of the stress and the worry and the fear. So the body goes into a state of relaxation. You usually are seated. Picture the most comfortable chair you've ever sat in your entire life so far. And picture yourself just easing into that chair and not moving from it. As if you're literally easing into yourself. And you feel your body just go absolutely limp. You can't even lift an arm. You can't move. You're so comfortable, so relaxed, and you don't have a thought. And the noise that we all have, the ego mind, all the thoughts, banging, tens of thousands, are silenced. Because you're in the now. And you're just embracing every moment to moment. The pure, deep silence, the noise is gone. You have stepped out of the ego mind and the subconscious mind, and you are literally free. You are with the God that you are, and you're looking at the body. And these thoughts, every now and then, like clouds passing by, kind of come in. They kind of look attractive, see? But you're in the now. And then you say, well, I'm going to go into the past. And I'm going to reminisce, and I'm going to embrace the experiences I've had in my past. And enjoy some of the fun times I've had with people and situations and occurrences and so on and so forth. And then I'm going to jump into the future that's not there, hasn't been created yet, and I'm going to wonder when and how long is it going to be before I have this or I have that, and when, and what if. Or, you might jump back into the past and sit there so long that you take the past, you bring it into a future that doesn't exist, and you create that future from that past and relive that past and that future. And then you wonder why you keep ending up in the same place no matter what you do to get to different places. So we stay in the now and we silence everything, and we're just in total bliss. And when those thoughts come by that try to seduce you out of the now, into a future that hasn't been created or a past that is long gone, you focus on your breath. And your breath is divine positive energy. It sustains the vessel that holds the kingdom of God. It focuses you. It relaxes you. It strengthens you. It's very powerful. The breath is very, very, very powerful. So whenever you get a thought and you embrace that thought and it pulls you out of the now, focus on your breath and you'll be in the now. You watch your body as you're seated, and in the body you see these vibrant, seven-colored wheels of light running mostly through the center of your body, the top of your head, from the tip of your tailbone to the top of your head. And they're all flowers, different flowers with different geometrical shapes in the centers of them. And they're vibrating, and they have the colors, nothing like you see here on this planet. They're so vibrant and deep and rich that the depth is just unending. And these are our chakras, our energy vortexes. And we notice that there's an energy flowing through them. And that energy is our God force, love, light energy. It's our prana, our chi, our ki. So we take our breath and we blend the breath with our prana, our God force, love, light energy, and we move them effortlessly up through these energy vortexes. And we begin with the red wheel of light, the root chakra, the Muladhara. And this deals with our survival, and it is blocked by our fear. Then we move to the orange wheel of light. That is our sacral chakra, our Vadhisthana. And it deals with our pleasure, and it is blocked by our guilt. Fear, guilt, shame, grief, lies, illusions, ego attachment. So we go to the golden yellow wheel of light. This is our solar plexus chakra, our Manipura. This deals with our willpower. It's blocked by our shame. Shame's an illusion. And then we go to the emerald green wheel of light, our heart chakra, our Anahata. This deals with our love, and it is blocked by our grief. And then to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. This deals with our truth. It is blocked by our lies. When the truth becomes the more prevalent on this planet, the lies will be revealed and will no longer be able to hide in the shadows. And men will be banished. And truth will be front and center. And it will preside. Then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the Ajna. This deals with our insight. It's blocked by illusion. How many illusions do you think we're being tricked by? Then we move to the crown chakra, the violet wheel of light, the Sahasrara. This deals with our cosmic energy. It's blocked by ego attachment. By us being attached to our egos, we block the flow of the cosmic energy of which we are. So we bring these two energies to the top. We watch them, and they come to the top of the head, the crown chakra. We're like a spring, a fountain. And so the chi, the ki, the prana, the God force, love, light energy, our divine positive energy breath, they start at the base of our spine and they come up and they fountain over and they come back down and they come back up and they fountain over. Absolutely spectacular when you view it and understand it. So we hold these energies briefly. We are light, we are love, and we are God. And at 3 seconds, we compress and condense these energies into pure liquid energy, omnipotently powerful. And then we release it over our pineal glands. None of us have fully functioning pineal glands. It's a very important organ for us. It connects us to all the particles of existence, to the pure consciousness, to the God, and beyond. All the planes, the astral plane, the spiritual plane, the soul plane, all of them. So it's very important. So we release this liquid energy, and through our heart, mind's motion picture, we view the pineal however we see it before it's fully activated. And when I do it and I see this rosebud, a green ball, and I release this pure liquid energy, and instantaneously that green ball turns into a massive, fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals and just an absolutely wonderful fragrance. And it sends out these waves of shimmer energy. And when they come into me, it's a deep, eternal peace that it's not describable. And the peace, I find, is not outside coming from the rose. It is the rose reminding me to stay within of the peace that I am. It's all about you. We are consciously aware that we're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We choose to understand that. It isn't automatic. We choose to. These bodies that we're in, the heart mind, the ego mind, subconscious mind, the soul, the spirit, the higher self, the God, the pure consciousness, all one. We are all part of a collective consciousness. Some parts of the collective consciousness are asleep. Other parts are just waking. Other parts are awake. And other parts are wide awake. So we communicate with those who are awake and wide awake. So we call upon, and these are different facets of us, and we're teaching each other all the time, whether we're consciously aware or unconsciously. And we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, the Christ-like energy, which we all house. El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. The archangels are a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. It's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we meet with them all the time in these lives. This life. It's not like, oh, you're an angel, nice to meet you. It's usually after we've met, it dawns on us in most cases. And it's always a message. It comes around to being the message of this. Isn't it absolutely spectacular, wonderful, fantastic to be alive in these bodies? To experience this life. So they're constantly reminding us to celebrate the life that you are. Celebrate it. Don't diminish it through stress, worry, fear, anguish, sorrow, attachment, expectations. Celebrate it. Be in the glory of the light of God that you are. Always, eternally. They surround us all the time, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000, because their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. The Ascended Masters, they have mastered ascension into body and out of body, and they hold pure consciousness, God form. They too made in the image of the one God, of which we all make up the one God, as little gods. We have ascended into physical form to master physical form. We create our experiences to perfect our creation, and we become fully aware and understanding that we are the light. That we don't follow the light because we are the light. And that light is of the God force love light energy. The true light, not the Luciferian light, not the illuminated one. That is the tainted light. So we call out to all of the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. They come in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth, all these civilizations, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of the galactics, off-worlders, and celestials from every existence, from all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light, the complete liberation of this planet. And we're only familiar with a smidgen of them because they're in uncountable numbers. And we've got 1,000 plus that travel through the solar system every day, trillions throughout the trillions of universes every day. And the ones that we're slightly familiar with are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. Trillions of them. We're only familiar with a handful of them. They come in trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, which we've never seen before. We know of the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. Arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods one. In full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss and joy and peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, and abundance. We are all one. We are all God. And we are all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to expand, and it continues to intensify. We all form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This light that we are, we shine outward. It is the God force, love, light, energy housed in each and every one of us. It is the God source. It is the God of which we all are, and we all make up the one God. This circle of light is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to its radiance. And we're flooding this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya. All of our brothers and sisters, awake and asleep, head to toe, inside and out, continuously. Always, eternally. Transforming, transcending the vibrational frequencies into deeper and deeper and deeper eternal love and gratitude. This is the shift, the transition of this civilization and this planet into the higher existences, the higher realms, the higher dimensions. We begin to ascend above this planet as this circle of light, flooding and illuminating everything. And we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. Trillions of vibrant colors reflecting and flashing everywhere. And when we look close at them, perfectly etched mirrors reflecting all of us gathered in this meditation, learning and teaching all different aspects and facets of all of us, the one. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet blue flaming purple light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We're then met with the white fire. This is the column of light that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued eternally, always, with the God force, love, light, energy. This is a white fire armor. It cannot be disturbed, penetrated, diminished. You cannot have attachments of demons, possessions, entities of lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Ever, ever. Do you honestly believe that the one God that we come from and are of from would not protect us while we're in these physical forms? You know the truth to that when you feel it through the heart-mind, that vibration. It is imperative that you understand this, but it's also imperative that you understand that only you have the power that if you lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, greed, envy, anxiety, stress, dishonesty, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you're then met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance. We send them to pure consciousness where they are vaporized and no longer. We are then met with the violet ray. This is the column of light that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. And we can clean and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, reestablishing our vibrational harmony of deep eternal love and gratitude. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun, the sunlight, the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, and the streams. We are the trees and the forest, the sky and the clouds. We are all the animals. We're the snowfall. We're everything. So the next time you're taken aback in awe of the splendor and beauty of a sunset or a sunrise, you're in awe of the beauty, the splendor, and the divinity of you. We continue to levitate above this planet. Some of us step outside our physical forms and float effortlessly above them. Those of us carrying physical forms. We come across this massive crystalline tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of the column, there's an oblong sphere with this massive golden white ball sparkling and sending out these waves of golden white mist that saturate, penetrate us all. Surrounding it are uncountable rings of vibrant colored lights, shimmering, sparkling, and sending out similar waves, penetrating us. And the golden white light is deep eternal love. And the other bands of light, gratitude, well-being, prosperity, abundance, wealth, happiness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, unending. And they're all reflections of us. At the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees. As it does eternally, flooding all of us, saturating all of us in deep eternal love. All of us are drops of this golden ocean. And we all contain the essence of this ocean. And the ocean is the drops, and the drops are the ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds well over 1,200 of our meditations in perpetual motion. The highest of the highest high intent of deep eternal love and gratitude. It is flooding us all eternally, always, perpetually. All in high vibrational frequency. All in deep eternal peace and deep eternal love and deep eternal gratitude. Non-stop. Liberating this planet and its civilization into higher existence, into deeper eternal love and gratitude and peace. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify and continues to expand. It is all about you. It is the self-discovery that you choose to go within and to discover the God and the divine perfection that you truly are. This is where you reside. It isn't outside. It's within you. It's surrendering to the love that you are. All facets of you. The smooth edges, the not so smooth, and the rough edges. Just exactly as you are right in this now. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easy and slowly. The journey that we are all on is within us. It is not outside. Never has been, never will be. The journey is within. It is all about you. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. And we will return here Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.